When I was a young boy in Germany, kitchens were stocked with sturdy enamel cookware. When I came to America, I wanted to share the manufacturing of enamelware with my new home. I sent my son Andrew not once but twice on long journeys back to Germany to learn the secrets of enameling. Once we were successful, we sold our products in the young community of Sheboygan and began the long history of quality and innovation that came to be known by the name of Vollrath. As we advanced from cast iron to stamped steel, our enamelware products increased in variety. New products for new customers, always finding new ways to meet customer needs. From these beginnings, could I have imagined what would have become of the name of Vollrath? I might not even recognize all that has been done, but I would recognize what the name stands for, even today.
My great-great-grandfather, Jacob J. Vollrath, understood that technological change was what you had to do. If you didn't make those changes in your own company, somebody else is going to make them and just beat you up with it.
Jacob Vollrath's tradition of quality and innovation lives on today in the Vollrath Company, a family of companies, products, and people committed to setting the standard for quality and innovation that Jacob began so long ago. When Jacob Vollrath built his original plant at 6th Street in Michigan in Sheboygan, the young company began its success casting metal goods for railroads, furniture, and agriculture. By the mid-1870s, after Jacob's son Andrew returned from Germany, the focus switched to porcelain enamelware. Success came quickly. By 1881, Jacob built a new plant and employed 40 men. In 1898, Jacob passed away, leaving the company in the hands of his children. By the turn of the century, the company focused exclusively on cookware, and in 1910, a new facility was built in Sheboygan at 18th and Michigan, where the company is headquartered today. During the presidency of Karl A. Vollrath, the pioneering, innovative spirit of Jacob Vollrath persisted. The Vollrath Company did well, growing through a world war and a depression, continuing to expand its products and its locations. By 1928, there were offices in Chicago, New York, and San Francisco, and a catalog featuring more than 800 products. In 1932, Gene C. Vollrath became president of the Vollrath Company. The board chairman was Walter J. Kohler, who served as governor of Wisconsin from 1929 through 1931. Even as the Depression wore on, Vollrath continued to innovate and prosper, gradually replacing enamelware with stainless steel. By 1938, Vollrath had a sales force of 19. World War II demanded Vollrath's support, and the company responded by dedicating its capacity to military support, manufacturing 12 million stainless steel canteens, along with many other military products.
We made a lot of aluminum products during World War II for the military.
764 lapel pins were awarded to Vollrath employees in recognition of the company's war effort.
One of the interesting things, though, is that we didn't continue with that notion of aluminum after the war. We just left aluminum totally alone. And guess what? Aluminum cropped up in the marketplace, and we were behind the 8 ball. But we've caught up now.
After the war, the Vollrath Company's innovation and growth continued. A new battle, the medical struggle against polio, benefited from Vollrath's products in the late 40s and 50s. In 1947, Walter J. Kohler Jr., Jacob Vollrath's great-grandson, became the company's 5th president. He also went on to become one of the very few 3-term governors in Wisconsin's history. By the mid-1960s, the company was processing 1 million pounds of sheet steel a month. More construction followed, along with advances into plastics, under the leadership of then-President Paul V. Rolling. In 1976, the great-great-grandson of Jacob Vollrath, Terry J. Kohler, became president of the Vollrath Company. During his campaign for the U.S. Senate in the early 1980s, Terry appointed Chuck E. Andrews as president. In 1984, Terry Kohler brought the Vollrath tradition of innovation into the computer age with the installation of an IBM 3038EX computer. It was the first of its kind installed in the state of Wisconsin, putting Vollrath firmly at the leading edge of business management and customer service.
I was something of a specialist in the application of computers to manufacturing operations. And one of the major, or a couple of the major characteristics of that application of computers back then is interest in inventory control, production scheduling, and the reduction of your actual work in process inventory. And when I arrived here in 1962, it was clear in a matter of a few weeks that there could be a lot of improvements made in the information available to the guys on the floor. And the fact of the matter is today, we've got over 3,000 SKUs out there in the finished goods inventory. And the net of it is we ship 95%, or roughly 95% of our orders complete within 48 hours, which is a remarkable statistic. There isn't anybody that could even match that in the whole world as far as I'm aware.
Vollrath decentralized into a series of independent operating divisions in 1985 under the leadership of Ken Benson, president. In 1989, Tom G. Balott became the company's 10th president and chief operating officer, later to become president and CEO. As the Vollrath Company continued its success through the decades, an additional strategy of growth through acquisition emerged, with many complementary companies entering the Vollrath family, including the most recent acquisitions of Luxine and Anvil America in 2009. Today, Vollrath is stronger than ever, continuing on its path of growth and innovation. Operations span the globe, with branch offices in Cancun, Mexico, and Troyes, France, as well as subsidiaries in Guadalajara, Mexico, and Pudong, China. We provide a wide assortment of products to customers in restaurants, healthcare, education, colleges and universities, lodging and resorts, and supermarkets. Behind the growth is the same commitment to innovation Jacob Vollrath began, the same promise at the core of all we do. Even as Paul Bartelt recently became CEO, our mission remains to meet or exceed expectations through responsiveness to customers, solving customer problems, providing products with a competitive price, value, and quality, optimizing management of our supply chain, increasing our brand equity, and perhaps most importantly, attracting and retaining good employees. Looking back at Vollrath's history, our history, just 25 years ago, it seems as though the world would have been a different place. Technology was just emerging as a reliable tool for delivering superior customer service. Global markets were just emerging with their great opportunity. But the world is not as different as it might seem. Technology is still a critical aspect to customer service. International markets remain essential to our growth, and serving our clients with innovative products and committed service is still the cornerstone of our success.
I think Jacob would be a little frightened, but nonetheless, I think after a day of touring around, he'd come back and say, "Wow, just fine. Proud to be here."
At Vollrath, we combine the values of our past with the promise of the future.